Why Jews are killed in Germany? Why God allowed Holocaust to happen to more than 6 million people died in combined Russian Empire and Nazi Germany? Why? It is very easy question. If you are reading the Hebrew text, the Torah, you will find out what exactly the reason is. In the Torah, we can read, "Do not change my laws," according to God, according to Hashem. Do not change, do not add, do not diminish my laws. And according to the law, you cannot perform magic, exorcism, whatsoever. Kabbalah is one example of magic tricks, exorcism, deception, spiritual deception. And the other reason is the reformism. You know, they build, they have their rabbis. Individually, they have own thoughts. They have their own interpretation to the text, to the Tanakh. And because of that, they create their own group, subgroup, and this group concluded that no, we are no longer following the Torah. We have our own perspective, which is in the modern day it is called Reform Judaism or secularism, secular Jews in America, in Europe, in Israel. By the way, why do we call it Holy Land? Now, the entire region of that land, country, Israel, why do we call it Holy Land? If they are using the seashores in the Tel Aviv, they are using it for tourist attractions, bikinis, bikini bars, hotels. Did you think it is suitable for calling that place a holy land where there were prostitutes, women showing their private parts? If you read Isaiah, God, according to prophet Isaiah, disgusted women who are tempting, you know. Of course, if you wear immodest clothes, you are tempting woman. Therefore, today, since or until the Messiah comes, that nation is similar to every other countries of the world, every other land, same to Philippines, USA, the same. Because our Messiah hasn't come yet. The Messiah is the prophet, and he knows the law of God. He knows what is good for the people to keep away from the curse from God. Therefore, he will implement all the laws around the world, not only on that place, around the world, because many of the people will rebel against the Messiah, against God's authority in Jerusalem when that time comes. And of course, all of them will die according to Prophet Zechariah. Before they plot to attack Jerusalem, their eyes and their skins will immediately melt down as they are standing. That is the highest form of curse from God. The second curse, God will not send rain to other nations who do not participate in worship in Jerusalem and in the building of the tabernacles, the Sukkot. Those who do not perform the Sukkot, those nations, including Egypt, according to the scriptures, means including the Muslims. If they do not celebrate the Sukkot, the festival of tabernacles, God, Hashem above, will not send rain to their country. Therefore, they are going to starve to death. So until the Messiah comes and until Elijah comes, no one knows who is the good teacher. And according to Prophet Zechariah, all those rabbis that you see in YouTube, all of them are called false prophets. And at the end of times, they will be ashamed of what they are doing. The people they encounter in the streets will ask them, "What are those wounds in between your hands?" Well, he said, "These wounds are from my friends, from the house of my friends." And that person he encountered in the street will ask him, will ask him about his prophecy. Of course, he will deny it, and because of he is ashamed of himself of prophesying false prophecies. Even his parents will stab his back with a knife, and he will say to himself, "I am a ground tiller since I am born." He is not a prophet. He will deny his prophecy. He will be ashamed of his prophecy. Those who are, having having fortunes from promising you about a new version of Torah. There is no modern version. We can read in the prophet Hosea. The prophet said, "I will remove even your Shabbat, even your celebrations, I will remove all of them. I will remove your prophet. I will remove your temple. I will remove your kings, your rulers. And even I will remove all your celebrations." That has been fulfilled during the Roman empires, after the Greek empires, after the Maccabean revolt. That has been fulfilled. Because Roman Empire entirely ruined the Judaism, the Israelites' practices. They changed the calendar. They changed the theology in the Torah. They introduced Trinity, of course. They changed the rulership. Until now, we follow the Roman alphabet, Roman calendar. Another one. The celebrations celebrate Roman and European cultures. It is not Judaism. It is not taught to us by God in the Mount Sinai that you should celebrate Christmas, Valentine's Day, birthday, Halloween. That has not been taught. That has not been taught by God, Hashem, Yahweh, in Mount Sinai. Therefore, those people, including me, who are awake, from the reality, we eliminate those lies in history. And we are preparing ourselves for the coming of our Messiah. Because before that, Elijah, the prophet, who never tastes death, will come again and proclaim the real authority in Jerusalem, the Davidic dynasty, and the priestly class, the son of Zadok, the son of Levi, who will perform again the ritual law, ceremonial law in the temple. And the Elijah the prophet will declare who is the Messiah and will build the temple and rescue the remnants of Israel. According to Prophet Isaiah 11, the remnants of the Messiah will rescue the remnants of Israel from Assyria, Ashur, Elam, Babylon, Ethiopia, Egypt, and from other islands